Hey everybody, Abelhawk here. Thrumcon, well met, everyone. I haven't done a stream for a while. It's good to be back doing this. I'm excited for this. So, let's just go ahead and jump right in. As you guys know, well, hopefully you guys know, I'm doing a promotion for my members, past and present. If you've ever supported the channel as a member before, or if you want to be a loyal member now, which is $10 a month, you will get a free avatar. Well, not free. I guess you've contributed to the channel, but as a way of saying thank you, I'm going to make you guys some avatars in my own style. And yeah, I've already made a few. They're available on my Discord channel, but I'm going to just make some tonight. It could be pretty fun. I'm just going to post the Discord channel URL in the chat. If you haven't joined it yet, come join. It's just got, my projects there and everything, as well as announcements and things for the channel, so it'll be pretty fun. Also, if you are a member and you're going to get your if you want your avatar file, I'll post them there and you can save it and have it for your own use. Otherwise, I'm just going to put it into the video. So okay, so let's go ahead and get started here. I guess this will be a chance for you guys to see just how I do like Photoshop and everything like that, which I'm not sure if that's a good thing or not. I know that I've got an older version of Photoshop, which is kind of funny. Let's get some music going. I always got to have music playing, regardless of what I'm doing. Okay. And let me know how the sound is going, you guys. If it's too quiet or too loud, let me know. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so whoops, that's not good. Okay, let's go ahead and let me just pull these up here. All right, so let's see. I'm gonna go in order of when I received these, when the members became loyal members. So let's go ahead and start with Dennis Meyer. So here's the drawing I've done for it, and let me just go find the original, just so I can look at the colors and everything like that. Alrighty, sounds good. That's good. Okay, so here is his original. Alright, so here's the original, and here is the one that I drew. Alright, so this is my style of drawing. I cannot use a Wacom tablet. I've tried it. I've tried drawing with a tablet and everything on a computer. I can't do it. I gotta draw on paper first, and then I gotta scan it using my phone, and then I can color it and stuff like that. So it's kind of funny. My brother gave me a Wacom tablet for free once, and I just ended up giving it back to him because, yeah, that's just my style. I'm just better with a mouse coloring, and I'm better with my hand on paper when I'm actually drawing stuff, so it's kind of funny. Alrighty, so let's see here. I also have a bad habit of not sketching things in pencil beforehand, and so I end up, drawing just in pen, and then I make mistakes like this. And so let me see here. Alright, first let's fix the problems on the outlines, and then I'll just kind of show you how I color stuff. I mentioned this on my Discord channel, but I am actually a webcomic artist. Not sure if you guys knew that. There's one video on my channel showcasing me drawing one of my webcomics, but it was a project I was really proud of. If you guys are interested, check out Night Guy. It's a fun webcomic that I made a few years ago. Unfortunately, webcomics take an inordinate amount of time to make, and so I kind of lost steam on that and just started focusing more on the YouTube channel because it had more support, basically. But yeah, I've always enjoyed uh-oh, hold up. Okay, that's actually his sleeve right there. It's not his hand. It's not an error of hand, so I'll go ahead and fix that there. Alright. Alright, so how are you guys doing? Looks like we've got just a few on right now. Oh, 14, that's not bad. I figured we'd get like 20 total, but so starting out at 14, that's not bad. Welcome, everybody. I will say right off the bat, if any of you have been members in the past and haven't reached out to me, please let me know, because I have a list of... I went through and looked at all the members I've ever had, and I have a list of all of them, as well as the ones that I've made avatars for so far. And so I need to... So if you were a member before, let me know. Sound off, and I will, you know, keep track of... I'll just get track of what your avatar is right now, and I can update that one. Or, I mean, you can also just send me an image on the Discord server, and I can revamp that avatar if you want. I keep wanting to say reforge, and I love the word reforge, but it's got a bad connotation now, which is a shame. Because of Warcraft 3 Reforged, so... Anyway, you know what I mean. I'll make you a avatar, so... Alright, I guess, let's see, it looks like in the picture it's a little bit more sideways, so I'm going to put it right there. That looks good, I think. Alright, so let's open up my template here. And then I'll show you guys how I do graphic art on Photoshop. Alright, dang it, messed it up. I'll make it roughly the same size as the original. Alright, that's a good angle. His arm is right at the bottom. This avatar is actually a little less silly than some of my other ones. I'm not sure if I should have tried harder, if that's a good thing. Alright, so that's pretty good. Alrighty, I'll just kind of finish off that, and then I'll have to overcompensate for that because yeah, I didn't draw his arm down low enough. But whatever, close enough. Okie doke. Alright, so now for the, for the coloring, it's going to make it bigger. Okay. So here is how I color on Photoshop. What you're going to do is make a copy of the layer, make this one multiply on top of the other one, and then this one, image adjustments threshold, and that makes it just really pixely, so it's a lot easier to fill in. And you put the other one on top of it to soften it a little bit. But first, did I make any mistakes? I don't think I did, so I think we're good. Alright, let's just go ahead and take those colors directly from, oops, no. There we go. Directly from that thing. Got his collar. Oh, okay, I guess that was a mistake, but I'll fix that in a minute. Alright, got the orange shirt there. Oh, I see where I messed up there. Okay, well here, let's just do a pencil here. Alright, since that's done on a different layer, that'll affect both of them. And so, let's see. Oh yeah, I'll make a copy of that white thing, and I'll just paste it on top of each of those. There we go. Alright, so let's go ahead and make this color here. That was a shame that didn't get erased fully. I guess I'm also speaking to people who are watching this in the future, not just streamed. So, you know, Modern Moonlight, Xavier Gonzalez, Sarel Duvenage, Boboop Team StarCraft 2, Drunk Can, all of you guys, if you haven't reached out to me about your avatar, let me know soon so I can hook you up. Alright, it looks like his hair is pretty dark. I'm just going to approximate at this point. It doesn't need to be perfect. Oops. Blast. So yeah, with that. Alright, there's the hair. We'll go with a black for the microphone. And just like a little bit shinier gray for the microphone itself. And we'll do the skin. How do you send the avatar you want revamped? You can just reach out to me on Discord. There's a, actually let me check real quick. There's a, there should be, yeah, under the members category, there's one that's called YouTube-Avatar. You can just reach out on that and post the one that you want. I actually have yours ready to go, Reptile. I'm not sure if that's not the one that you want, then that's fine. I can change it, but this is the one that I saw your avatar has. So if you want this one, I can do that one tonight. Otherwise, you can send me a new one. All right, yeah, that skin color works. So let's go with that. And, oh yeah, this is his sleeve. And his tie is black. All right, cool. Just take that for that back thing. Oh, that's probably the color of his vest. All right, that'll do it for, hey, Modern Moonlight, there you are. I actually have your avatar ready to go, Modern Moonlight. If you join my Discord channel, I can give it to you. Otherwise, you'll see it on the video, but you should join. You should join my Discord. The link is in the chat. I should probably put it in the... let me see if I can put it in the... Well, nah, forget it. You can just scroll up and see that. So, okay, and then what we're going to do now is delete all of this on both layers. We have a nice background to work with. And then I'm just going to kind of approximate this background. I don't know. It's probably not going to be super... I'm not even going to do like outlines or anything. It's just going to be kind of more or less. In fact, yeah, let's do it in pencil and then just blur it a little bit. So we got some kind of a... Looks like there's a stage back here, some kind of background. Alright, and then some kind of a... wall. The fun and challenge of making these avatars is, you know, making them, because they're such low resolution or whatever, which is kind of funny. Okay, so there's, yeah, some kind of a, I don't think I'm going to do brown. Let's change that to like a dark red or something. It looks like some kind of a tapestry or something. Good enough. And then we got mostly kind of this, but like maybe a little more off-white and gray in the background. So we'll just fill the rest with that and kind of work with that. Maybe a little whiter. I'm doing fine, Biomenace. Thanks for asking. Glad you guys are here. This is fun. I haven't streamed in quite some time. There's something like this. And this thing has an outline on it. And then we got some sort of deep red carpet looking stuff there in the background. There we go. And some more orange stuff. Kind of perpendicular here. Whoops. There we go. Oops, I don't think I deleted that part. Yep, 1 pixel kind of stopped it. There we go. What is, what's Give Workshop? I've never heard of that. Sounds pretty interesting. And yeah, I mean, I've never really made like portraits per se. Why is that turning out dark? Oh man, am I doing different opacity? No? Oh, I'm on the wrong layer. Whoops. There we go. Anyway, yeah, I mean, I draw all kinds of stuff. I mean, it's just kind of a hobby. Oh, okay. Wait a minute. I see like some kind of a table behind him, right here, the white tablecloth. So I'll just go ahead and draw that. And there we go. And then it looks like there's something right here as well. Alright, and then I guess there's just something a little bit darker gray over here. Alright, that's good enough. Okay, so then we'll just go ahead and blur that a little bit. Okay, and now to emphasize this front part, what we're going to do is select everything that's not colored, select the opposite, and now we're going to do some shading and highlights. So I'll show you how I do that. Alright, so make a new layer for shadows. He's definitely got a lot of dark up there on his head and on the back side of this chair or whatever that it is he has. And just sort of right there. And in the inside of his shirt, back of his neck, and then his jawline. So then we're just going to lower the opacity. Maybe do a few of these to sharpen up lines a little bit, and then the chair itself doesn't have anything along there, so that looks pretty good. Ah, too dark. Ah! Okay, there we go. Good enough, you can't even really see it anyway. Maybe a little on his, a little over his eyes. Why not? A little more around his ear. Probably not as much there. And I guess just a little extra shade right here. Whoops. Alright. Whoops. Yeah, that whole thing is shaded as far as I can tell, and his hand a little bit. So might as well just kind of shade his hand and a little bit right there. Okay, that looks pretty good for the shade. Sometimes I do it twice and do one of them as the overlay, but that doesn't look good in this case. Well, maybe like, yeah, it doesn't make, sure, it makes a little bit of a difference. Alright, and then we'll do the highlights, which is the same thing but just white. Whoops, no. There we go. Whoa, hey Modern Moonlight, thank you very much for your donation. I should mention, that's another way you guys can get a avatar right off the bat. If you guys donate $10, you'll get an avatar. In fact, I can, depending on how late I go tonight. These I'm almost done with this one. This one's taken about 20 minutes or something, so we'll see how many I can crank out. But yeah, if you guys want your own avatar, sign up as a loyal member. Donate $10 to the stream, and yeah, I'll get you I'll get you going with a custom avatar made by me in my style. So thanks very much. You're very generous. Okay, that looks good. It's the background. Okay, this is bothering me a little bit because it's much more. Oh, okay. Let's just do a little bit of shade in the background first. There we go. That looks good. There's more shade here. There's something dark right here, but I'm not gonna make it too. Maybe I better make it a little darker. There's a little bit of shade up there. Wow, that turned out really good. I'm impressed with how this turned out. This was one of the harder ones that I thought I would have to do. So, okay, and then I think otherwise there's just little tan dots all over this, and so I'm just gonna kind of. I'm sure it's some intricate like tapestry or something. That's kind of what it looks like. But once I put all these on here and blur it, hopefully it'll look more or less like the thing in the background is. Alright, alright, now let's go ahead and just sort of blur that. Alright. I think we're good, guys. That looks good for Dennis Meyer's avatar. If you're watching, Dennis, thank you for your contributions to the channel. I'm gonna make it a little bit brighter. Orange. Just a tiny bit lighter orange. There we go. That fits it. Alright, cool. So let's take a look back at that. There's one thing I don't really like, and that is his hair, which I think I messed up on before. So let's go ahead and just fix that real quick. There we go. All right, there we go. Cool. So let's go ahead and oh, okay. So here is my little secret weapon. I learned this in high school in my computer class, and it's always stuck with me. So here's just a little way to jazz up any picture. So you make a copied layer, blur the whole thing, and then make that an overlay. And then you can also take away the color, and then I'd like to do just about 25% or something. See how much of a difference that makes? It's kind of nice. It makes almost anything look better, so kind of fun. All right, that should do it. So let's go ahead and merge that. And that one is done. So Dennis Meyer's avatar is complete. I'll be posting that on the Discord channel soon. Okay, let's go. Okay, next is Designer Dave on here. Noticed he was on Discord, but not sure if he is available. So, oh hey, Modern Moonlight, sweet. Hey, let's. I will go ahead and show you your avatar, Modern Moonlight. So here's yours. I already made yours. And I'll go ahead and post it on the channel for you. Alright, there you go. It is posted on there for you. That was a pretty fun one to make. Alright, let's go next. Okay, so I'll hold on a little bit to see if Designer Dave shows up just to do his. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and move on to the next one. Okay, next is... let's go with Dazer What's his full name? Dazer Sneezy Dwarf is next. Here's his avatar. So we will fix the layers for the scanned item to be darker. I guess I should look back and see if you guys have any comments or questions too. So, am I planning to play custom campaigns? Everybody wants me to do those, and I'm sure I will eventually. I honestly don't have a ton of interest in custom campaigns. Well, that's not true. I do have interest in. I do have interest in like Warcraft 2. What's it called? Warcraft 2. You know, Reforged, basically, whatever that might be. And so that one would be fun to make for sure. Oh, interesting. His hand is completely black. That makes this easier, so I don't even have to worry about this. Just get rid of that extra one because I put the pinky in the wrong place when I drew it, and the rest will just be blacked out, probably. Let's see, 1, 2. I think those are what I meant to do for his fingers. Okay. Chronicles of the Second War, that's what it is. Thank you, Revenant. So yeah, the yeah, so that one I'm interested in, but otherwise, I mean, I don't know, guys. Can you understand kind of why I don't want to do custom campaigns? I mean, they're basically fan fiction. You know what I mean? I'm sure they're really good. Like, a lot of them are probably really good. There's probably some that are even famous or whatever. But I just like looking at Easter eggs in the actual, you know, in what actually happened at Blizzard. Like, they're the ones that everyone has seen and everyone has played. Dang it. I don't want it to be exactly the same size. I'm going to highlight his plume a little bit more. So let's go ahead and go like that. And then maybe a little bigger on all sides. There we go. And so, yeah, I mean, I probably will end up looking at them sometime. I'm sure they're good, but yeah, I'm mostly just interested in the, you know, in the canonical campaigns and everything like that. And so, I think I have tried Rise of the Blood Elves. It was a while ago, and I'm pretty sure the. I remember seeing the models were really well done. Like, the sorceresses had like glowing green or like green blood elf eyes, which were really cool. You know, they had little cool details and stuff like that. And so, I mean, they are cool. It's just I don't really know what I'd make a video about. You know, that's what I'm a little concerned about. Is like what I could say that would be interesting. You know, I mean, I'm an Easter egg expert, I guess, but I'm not really like a. I mean, I'm not super good at Warcraft 3 itself. Oops, that's not entirely what I want to have happen. Some of this it looks like I can do with shade. Let's go ahead and do this here. Okay. Let's go ahead and just maybe do this much, and then just sort of fade to a gradient on the rest. Question, is this extended edition of my Easter eggs including only campaign Easter eggs or literally every Easter egg video ever? Good question. I'm excited to, If all goes well, oh man, guys, it's hard to be a creative guy when you have a family, because I have to, like, you know, plan around like my kids and everything. I had to rush to get my kids in bed just to do the stream, that sort of thing. And so, like, it's hard to know when the video will be out. It could be done as soon as, like, this, it could be done as soon as, like, this Saturday. But, you know, if I miss that window, then it could be another whole, you know, week or something. Anyway, so yeah, what I'm doing is all the campaign Easter eggs, and then the 2 bonus duologies, the 2 models videos and the 2 icons videos. I think those fit together really well. I thought about doing the quotes as well, but I feel like that would be just too much. And so I decided to just I'm probably just going to end up making a extended edition of the quotes videos, like, on their own, because they're kind of their own thing, and, you know, like, the video is going to be super long with all the Easter eggs in it and everything. And so basically what I'm doing is I'm compiling them all into one video. I'm getting rid of errors that I made. You know, like, if I'm like, I don't, you know, this, I couldn't find anything on this level, blah, 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 but then later on I did find stuff. I'm going to try and minimize as many of those mistakes as I can. That's a bad example of a mistake. Mostly, like, if I say something wrong. Like, I remember in the Paladin books, there's one of them, and it has the symbol for the band Hammerfall on it, and I didn't know what that was. I'm not a music guy, and so I thought it was like a TJ for Tyler Jacobs or something, and people pointed out that it was actually, you know, the band logo or something like that. And so I'm just going to fix stuff like that. I'm going to... oh, it's too dark. Let's just go ahead and go with maybe just the edge there. That looks pretty good. So yeah, it'll be all the campaign videos, which is like, what, 8 of them? No, 9, because there's an addendum video. I think there might be 2 addendum videos, yeah. So it'll be all 8 campaigns, 2 addendum videos, 2 model videos, and 2 icon videos. And sprinkled throughout all of them are some extra Easter eggs that people pointed out to me that I found after I made all of those videos, and I'm going to add those in. So it'll be really fun to have them all in one long video. The transitions will be a lot more smooth, which, you know, I'll kind of miss in some of them. Like, if you remember on one of the addendum videos I made it, like, I was making it and it ended up being too long, and so I just made it have a thing at the end where it looked like you ran out of credits or something. That was pretty funny. Oh shoot, I just realized I should probably not do that on this layer. Anyway, and so that's going to be gone. It's just going to go smoothly from each video to the next, but I think that'll be kind of fun for the purposes of that video and everything. So that'll answer your question. But yeah, it's going to be a really long video, and it's going to be pretty fun. Yeah, I won't rush it. In fact, realistically, it's probably going to be another week, because I want to watch the whole video and make sure that I don't miss anything that I can take out. It's going to be kind of hard to insert Easter eggs in, and the music might be a little jarring and everything like that. I wish I would have, like, saved the video files a little bit smoother, and so I could have just, you know, replaced some of the audio and everything, but unfortunately that's not what I did. And so yeah, it'll be a little bit clunky, but I won't make it too clunky. I'll make it as smooth as I can, and basically I'm just going for absolute completeness, so it's gonna be pretty fun. Any other questions? What's my favorite thing about the Naga? I don't know. I mean, they're definitely a unique race. See, that's what I get for being too eager with the shading. Oh, no, that looks awful. There we go. That looks better. But yeah, I mean, Naga are interesting. I I was mentioning this on my Discord channel, but one thing I'd really like to do is look at at how you could play D&D in the Warcraft universe. I've got all the Warcraft RPG books from 3rd edition, but I kind of want to make a video about how you could play in 5th edition, and maybe I might even you know, straight up like run a D&D game that's set in Warcraft. Maybe you guys, you know, whoever wants to join could join. That could be really fun. And so I was thinking that, like, you know, if Naga was a playable race, one thing that would, I mean, they've got quite a bit of sexual dimorphism, and so, you know, the males are huge and big and everything, and so they could have certain racial abilities that are unique to them, and then the females could have like 4 arms, you know, and like snake hair and stuff like that. That could be really interesting racial abilities, like if you could hold multiple weapons or something. So it was kind of interesting to think about stuff like that for, like, you know, if Naga ended up being a playable race on World of Warcraft and they had like 4 hand slots or something. That would be pretty funny. Anyway, so I mean, yeah, I mean, Nagas are pretty good, I guess. I haven't really thought too much about them. They were once going to be a playable race, which is kind of interesting. But unfortunately, Warcraft 3 did not, it wasn't really conducive to to just a pure naval game, you know, and so the whole, you know, nations, or each race having ships and everything like that, like it didn't, okay, higher strength there. It didn't work because Naga were only good on naval maps, and then they were the best on naval maps, and so it's kind of like, you know, why would you be anybody else if you knew the map was going to be a naval map? It's like, of course you're going to be Naga. Why would you be anybody else? So anyway, kind of a shame that they're not in Warcraft 3, but makes sense. My least favorite race, I don't like any of the like new ones. Like, I don't like the Volpera, whatever they're called. I think that they're weird, and they just kind of came out of nowhere, you know. They don't have any basis in World of Warcraft. Just forgot the little side thing. They don't have any basis in World of Warcraft or anything up to this point, and so it's just kind of annoying that they are now a whole playable race now, you know? Like, that seemed kind of weird. So I don't really like them. Pandaren, I definitely don't like Pandaren. If you guys have seen my videos, you know that. I think that they're silly. I think that they are too... It's just, they're too Chinese, you know? Too much Chinese influence to the point where it's like they're not even unique, you know? I mean, at least humans... I mean, humans are, like, European, I guess, but, like, they also have different cultures and stuff. Like, you know, Kultiris is, like, a seafaring nation that has interesting druidic rituals and stuff like that. And then, you know, Stormwind is like a typical European humans, but like Pandera, it's just blatantly Chinese mythology and everything like that. It's just too much. It's the same thing with like the Greek gods, or maybe they're Norse gods. Yeah, they're like the Norse gods, where it's like they're named like Loken and like Thoris or something like that. I don't like that. I feel like Warcraft can do better than that, you know? So anyway, I don't like races that are less creative like that, I guess. So, but yeah, Pandera and Volpera are probably my least favorite. Alright, what's next? Anybody have any more questions for me? Let's see. Initials on Frostmourne. Yes, I was looking at that the other day, seeing if I could find anything, but they just look like runes to me. I guess I should maybe look around and see, you know, what... if I can... You know, maybe I should compare the two different versions and stuff. I didn't really look too closely at them or anything, so... Alright, getting this background going for this avatar here. Looks pretty good. And now, let's just do some of the highlights. Oh, I guess we need a little bit more shade too. So let's go ahead and turn down the opacity and do some shadows. Alright, what's next? Do I know any other Warcraft 3 YouTubers? I do not. I really don't. And I kind of wish I could do like a collaboration video or something. Like I've always thought that would be really fun to do. But I mean, I don't have any connections at all whatsoever, so I don't know if that's going to happen. It would definitely be fun to do that. I mean, I guess Designer Dave is the only Warcraft YouTuber I know, and he's not even really focused on, you know, Warcraft. I mean, he worked on it and stuff, and so he talks about it on his videos a little bit, but yeah, that's about it. I really don't know any other YouTubers. This is a really fun avatar to make, by the way. So thank you, Sneezy Dwarf, for your funny choice of avatar. I really enjoy it. Whoops, nope, not that one. Not that one. There we go. Looking good. And now I think I got a cool idea for the the highlights on the helmet and stuff. Yes, the demons are going to be a playable race as well, but yeah, it didn't get very far. They realized that it would be kind of dumb for, like, you know, demons to be fighting alongside peasants and peons and stuff. Like, basically they... Wow, I really warped this right here. This should have been way farther over here, but I guess that's just kind of... I think I was just inserting my drawing style in, so it actually might look pretty funny. There was also an idea, and it didn't get very far as well, oops, of having a race, quote-unquote, that was just a single dragon. Isn't that an interesting concept? Like, how cool would it be if you could just play as a single dragon, like against everybody else? Obviously, it didn't get very far because I think the main problem was like resources. Like, it didn't make sense for the dragon to need gold and like lumber and stuff. I mean, would it like just eat it or something? But basically, instead of, you know, growing in armies and everything like that, the dragon would just grow in strength and stuff. And I thought that would be fascinating. No strategy game's ever done that, and so anyway, I thought that was kind of a fun idea that never got made, but it was pretty fun. So I think those are, and they also had an idea for a goblin race. Did I talk about that on one of my videos? I can't remember if I did talk about that, but there's some concept art for some like for goblin units and stuff, which I thought was interesting. That actually looks better than those gradients I did, and all I have to do is smear it like that. That's funny. Let's see, what else? Do I really not like the Draenei units? Yeah, I don't like the, what are they called now? Lost ones or whatever. I think that they're just so, like, they're just underdeveloped. Like, I feel like they could have made them into an interesting race, but on Warcraft 2, they kind of juggled, on Warcraft 3, they kind of juggled around what they actually were or not. You know, they weren't really sure if they were going to be... I don't know. They didn't really know much about the Draenei. They just kind of threw them in Outland, and kind of hoped that they'd work, and then they ended up making a much cooler Draenei concept in, you know, Burning Crusade, which was just awesome. You know, like, I love the idea of the Draenei on World of Warcraft. I think they're amazing. I just love the idea of how they took the Eridar, you know, this hideous, creepy, infernal race, basically Archimonde and everything. I love how they took that concept and then made them like a good version of them, you know, like, so it's like good demons. They look... I love the opening cinematic of Burning Crusade when it shows a Draenei in the darkness, and you see his glowing white eyes, and you see tentacles, and at first you're kind of like, oh, what is that, you know? And then he steps into the light, and he opens a book, and he like flips through it, and you can see that he's actually a paladin, and he, you know, kind of makes the pages turn or whatever, and there's this burst of light and everything. That was awesome. And then it shows the opposite, which is the Blood Elves, and you see this beautiful, graceful Blood Elf woman, you know, in a beautiful place. You know, she's in Quell Thalas and everything, and you know, just this beautiful race of people. And then you see this mana worm come, you know, swimming through the air towards her, and at first she looks like she's like caressing it or whatever, and then she just sucks its life out and turns it into mana. I thought that was so cool because, you know, the Horde got a pretty race, and the Alliance got like kind of a creepier race, but the appearance is the dissonance between the appearance is really cool. So, okay, that one was a really fun one to make. Let me see. It looks like I still need... His left cheek plate is still a little bit bright. I think I'll just make another one and just sort of... And so, yes, to answer your question, I mean, the Draenei that are on Outland, that was a bad retcon. They didn't need to call them Draenei at all. They could have just called the Draenei Eridar or something, but there's just very little similarity between those two races. It just seems forced, and so I didn't really like it. Kind of a weird angle. There we go. Cool. There is Dazer Sneezy Dwarf's avatar. I think that looks pretty good. Let's go ahead and do my secret treatment to it, see if that makes it look any better. Overlay, blur, take away the color, and just do maybe 25%. Yeah, looks good. Okay, let's go ahead and flatten that one, and Dazer Sneezy Dwarf, your avatar is ready. I'll go ahead and put that on the channel. If there are those of you who haven't seen, it looks like there's fewer people than there were a minute ago. So. Anyway, I'm posting the Discord channel in the chat. Go ahead and join it. Come join my channel. It's an easy way to, if you are a member, you'll get your avatar a lot easier that way. I'm going to go ahead and post right now. Dazer Sneezy Dwarf's avatar, which is this one right here. Oh, I forgot to do Dennis Meyer's. I'll do that one. I'm just going to say reforged avatar. I still like the word. I mean, it could have been good, right? The fact that they didn't reforge Warcraft correctly is a shame, but I still like it. So these are reforged avatars, we'll say. Okay, there you go, Dennis. And finally, What's the last one? Dazer. Cool. Loved that one. That was a really fun. Avatar to do. Okay, let me look at a few more comments here before I move on to the next one. All right. Why'd they change the Draenei from Warcraft 3 and WoW? It was a retcon. They needed another race to join the Alliance, and there's tons of, kind of evil races that would join the Horde, so those are in good supply. Goblins, blood elves, that sort of thing. But they didn't really have one for humans, so they made up, Draenei are actually good Eridar, and they split off into Eridar. And then when they got into, Outland, they split off into Lost Ones, which are those ones that have no noses and like big open mouths, and they're disgusting and ugly, that sort of thing. And they're all old, apparently. Like, they make a bunch of old man jokes when you click on them. It's really weird. Anyway, so that's why they changed them. But I'm glad they did. Like, I don't like all of World of Warcraft's retcons, but that one was one that I think is pretty cool. And then you have the Lightforged Draenei, which are really cool. So, anyway. Let's see here. I saw something about making another map video. I would, will I ever do another Let's Make a Map stream? I might, if you guys want me to. That was really fun, and I wish I could have finished that one. I guess, that one was mostly just a test, but I wish I could have gotten certain parts of it done. I need to rewatch that, because that was a fun stream to watch. If any of you haven't seen that, I made a stream called Let's Make a Map, where I just messed around on the world editor and taught you how to do some stuff. It was pretty fun. And I also did a map called March of the Storm Warden. No, something the Storm Warden. And it was about a Keeper of the Grove custom unit. It was for a contest on the Hive Workshop, and I did a ton of work on it, and it was really fun. But there's a ton of bugs in the scenario, and I really should fix them someday. So yes, I think maybe, I'm gonna write this down, because I'm writing down ideas for videos, and I think that's one that I need to do, is fixing the Storm Warden map. You guys can kind of maybe see a little bit about how bug fixing works. I don't know. All right, let's go and do one more question, and then we'll go on to the next avatar. What's my favorite demon units? Eridar are really cool. I really like the Eridar. I love how Archimonde looks and Kill Jaden. I think they just look really neat. I don't like how they changed Kill Jaden so that he has big bat wings. I mean, that's overkill. Like, that's classic demons. That it's too classic, I guess. I liked how new the Eridar were for Warcraft 3, and adding those big demon bat wings was just kind of too much, I guess. So that's my opinion. Granted, it might have been based on a Warcraft 2 picture that Metzen drew back when they did have kind of classic demon pictures. Let me go ahead and pull it up so you can see what I'm talking about. Yeah, see, so this is how Kill Jaden looked in Warcraft 2. He was basically just, a classic demon, like off of Diablo or whatever. And then he looked like this on Warcraft 3, which I thought was amazing. Just looked really cool, really unique with the tentacles and like the face plate and the sort of thing. He just looked really awesome. But then they go and give him wings, and it's just too much, yeah, he looks cool like this, but wings, it's too much. I don't know. He didn't need them, like it was cool how he could just kind of fly and fire back then, but then they added wings, and now it just looks like they're kind of trying too hard, so I don't know, that's my opinion, so. Okay, all right, let's go to the next one. Next is, all right, we're done with Dazer, done with Dennis. All right, so this one is for my fire videos. Oh, my bad. There we go. Okay, so this one is for my fire videos. He's a member. And I'm going to revamp his cat picture here, so. Oh, he didn't even see the Kill Jane thing, you're right. Here we go, sorry. So, this was the first one, right here, in Warcraft 2. Then they changed it to this, and then they added the wings. And, you know, I just think it's kind of overkill, so. Anyway, that's my opinion. Sorry about that. Completely forgot that I was just on talk mode. So, all right. So back to this.
This is a reminder. Space review.
All right. So.
Space review.
All right. So I kind of changed the look of the cat a little bit for this avatar, just to make it look a little more stylized. We'll see how that works out in the end. This nose ended up looking better, so I changed it. Whoops, need to make it lighter here. There we go, that looks better. Alright, moving that there, and then go ahead and do the whole threshold thing. Okay. Oh, well, actually, first what we need to do is, oh dang, there's little flecks all over this. Oh, I need to do the template. This is the wrong size altogether. Okay, whoa. Not sure why I centered it like that. Whoa, is this like a bigger picture than the other ones? Must have been. There we go. Okay, so it's probably going to be... Alright, so let's see. It tends to... Alright, it's going to be a little bit different angle. Its ears kind of go off like that. Pillow is a little bit of exaggeration. Let's go a little bit more just to get the... Okay, there we go. Alright, so yeah, keep the questions coming if you guys want. Okay, let's see here. Let's go ahead and start with... Oh, gotta do the whole thing first. Threshold. There we go. Okay, this one's actually probably not going to take long because it doesn't have that many colors. So let's just do kind of a tawny gray color. On his... I guess it's just his head and his arms. And... And then I guess I've got to delete some of it, turn it back to white, huh? Oops, nope. Alright, this one doesn't even show it right there. And then its face. Ooh, what music is this? Oh, an Omuragon. The gnomes are another race that I don't super love, mainly because I feel like their technological abilities go a little bit too far. I mean, you know, you think of like the tram and everything, and it just gets kind of silly how advanced they are in a fantasy setting. You know, I mean, you got the tram that's like, I mean, there's like little glowing, there's little glowing buttons and stuff all over the, what am I thinking of? Is it the tram that I'm thinking of? Anyway, you know what I mean. Like, it's just, it's too much technology. I love their steampunk stuff. That's always been a staple of Warcraft and everything. But yeah, once it gets too sci-fi, I'm just not a big fan of it. All right, trying to get that the right color. Make it a little more pink. There we go. And there's its nose. Okay, and then the eyes, kind of an amber color. What's my favorite Alliance Nation and Horde clan? That's a good question. I like that question. Oh shoot, got around the whiskers there. So I'll just answer based on when I was a kid, and I played Warcraft 2 a lot, and I just basically memorized the manual. I loved the manual so much. I used the manual for like you know, reading time in grade school and stuff, which was pretty funny. Like, I just loved that manual so much. And I made up a whole bunch of stories, you know, basically fan fiction about it's mostly just a stomach that's a little yellower. So I think Lordaeron has always been my favorite nation. And when I was a kid, it was mainly because of how cool the units looked on Warcraft 3, the white units. Like, I don't know if you remember, but like the units on the white units on Warcraft 2 just looked so cool. It was like this silver color almost. And I just loved that. I thought that was the coolest thing. They just looked amazing, and I just loved their banner. I loved the Lordaeron banner. It just looked so noble and royal, and that just really resonated with me. I loved that. Let's see, what am I doing next? I guess we can do the background for now before I finish the stripes on his fur and stuff. So yeah, they've always been my favorite. I've always loved Lordaeron, and I was delighted when Warcraft 3 came out, and Lordaeron was the primary location in the, you know, in the story, which was cool. You know, however, the downside of that was Lordaeron was the place that got ruined by the plague, so that was kind of a shame. But yeah. So I loved Lordaeron, and then as far as Horde, my favorite Horde clan, I did kind of like the Dragon Maw clan for the same reason. They were white and they looked kind of cool, although the trolls, which were my favorite unit back then, looked a little weird with white masks on, so I didn't really like that much. What was my favorite Horde clan? Let's see, you got Storm Reaver, Blackrock, Bleeding Hollow, Twilight's Hammer, Dragon Maw, Blacktooth's Grin clan, Burning Blade, and then the yellow ones, which was like the traitors to the Horde or something like that. I'd probably Storm Reaver because Gul'dan is one of my favorite characters. I think Gul'dan is just so cool. Like, he's such a good villain, and the Storm Reaver clan was really cool that way. So I guess that's my answer. So, hey, thank you for becoming a loyal member, General Pugwash. Your avatar is locked in. I will work on that. Okay, so now let's do just a little bit of very light shading here. It's gonna be kind of hard to do some of these these sheets and everything here, but this is an interesting avatar because there's not, like, you can tell that he took a picture of his cat, like, from that top direction, and so there's really not that many shadows except behind it, so, which is fine. Makes it a little easier, actually. So, anyway, yeah, good question. I love I love thinking about Warcraft 2. Like, honestly, Warcraft 2 is so much fun. It really got me into Warcraft in the first place. Warcraft 3 is kind of where I got solidified and everything. And, you know, World of Warcraft's okay. It's always been pretty good, but it's gotten pretty weird in recent years, and so I don't know. Warcraft 2 has always been a really good... And I also really liked Warcraft 1. There's some really fun stuff in that. Alright. Oh, and thanks for becoming a supporter, Modern Moonlight. I think you were a member longer than anyone. I mean, hence your icon there. So, always glad to... Oh, does it only show your icon if you're a current member? That's lame. It should just, you know, freeze on the level that you were when you had it, so... That's a shame. Kind of wish we got more expansions for Warcraft 3. Honestly, they should have just done that instead of Reforged. You know what I mean? That just would have been so much better in every way. Like, okay, better do these stripes on a separate layer. I think I'm just gonna do like a little bit of little smudge thing here. See how that looks. But yeah, I mean, you know, you see the like female demon hunter model, like that looks fine. I mean, it looks like classic Warcraft 3 graphics. So they were capable of making you know, expansions and everything, but instead they just went too far the other way and we got Warcraft 3 Reforged. It's a shame, it really is. Like, it could have been so much better. I don't know if you guys read the Bloomberg article about Reforged. Designer Dave gave some interesting comments about how based on the, you know, stuff they had planned for Reforged, it could have done an amazing job. Like, they could have done amazing things with Warcraft 3, but they didn't. It's a shame. Okay, the sheets don't look as good as I hoped they would. I think I might need to do a few just like lines on this. Where's the shade one? Is it this one? Yeah, I think I might just need to go like this. No, even smaller. Ah, stop. When I undo, don't change the layer. I think this is the only way to make it simulate those sheets in the way that they was positioned. So I don't know. Not sure if I like that. Maybe I'll just do a little, maybe kind of fade it out a little bit and see how that looks. I guess that's fine. I don't know. Okay. Cool, cool. Whoops. Alright, did anybody ask any other question? Yeah, Noble Dawnbird, you make a good point about the seriousness of the campaigns. I feel like Blizzard as a whole is turning soft. I don't know if that's the word for it, but you know what I mean? Like, I was watching some videos about Diablo Resurrected, and I guess they're like censoring some of the stuff that they had in the original game. And the original developer, who I don't think he works for Blizzard anymore. In fact, there's no way he does with some of the stuff he was saying about it. But he was really mad because he was like, the whole point of this game is, you know, for Diablo to be a dark game. Like, it's supposed to have these really like edgy elements in them and stuff, and so taking them out, like, who is that for? You know, it's not like they're gonna make the game like T for teen. You know, it's gonna be a mature game that's supposed to be really edgy and dark and everything, and like it just feels weird that they're kind of dumbing it down. Like, I don't know if it's for the Chinese censorship rules or something. Maybe they're trying to get more business in China. I wouldn't be surprised, honestly. Like, I feel like, you know, Blizzard will do wherever the money is nowadays, and if that's what they have to do, I guess. But I don't know. It's just weird. It's just really weird. Okay, I think once we do this right here, maybe you just sort of lessen it a little bit. Oh, whoops. No wonder it was hard to erase earlier. Okay, I think that is done with that one. Let's go ahead and flatten it and do the treatment effect. Blur, take away the color, and about 30%. That one looks a little bit too strong, I think. So I think what I'm going to do is just sort of delete it right here so its face is a little clearer. There we go. Looks pretty good. Alright. We good? Anything I missed? Oh, I need to do a little shadow under its chin. Let's just do it like this. What am I doing here? Oh, whoops. New layer. I think that's a shadow. It might be a collar, actually. Yeah, maybe I'll make it less distinct, just in case. You know, I think that is a collar. I'm not gonna make it a shadow at all. Let's go ahead and make it a little, like that. What do you think? Sure, looks good, I think. Looks like there might be a remnant of a collar right here too, so I'll just... No, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Let's just do a shadow. Let's take some artistic license here and just make a... Just ever so slightly. There we go. I think that looks good. Alright, my Fire Videos avatar is complete. Okay, looks great. Alright, moving on to the next one. Okay. Next is... okay, so I have one for Anders Finneman, but it's just this A, and so I don't know if he wants me to reforge that. I mean, I could. Nothing wrong with that. It's just, you know, it's just a letter, so I don't know if he wants that. So I'm gonna hold off a little bit on that one real quick. There's a couple others I can do instead. It doesn't look like... let's just go ahead and do Designer Dave's. So Designer Dave shared this picture of himself. And not my best rendition of that, but I think it'll be okay. And then I'm also going to implement his logo in it, so I'm going to take a little bit of chip. Okay, so this one did not scan properly like the other ones did, which is a shame. But I should be able to fix it, hopefully. Alright, good right there. A little brighter. Make it as bright as possible without fading out the lines, darkening them. Just trying to see the limits of this here. Alright, I think something like that will look good. And then let me just see what the threshold looks like, see how well I did. Okay, well, maybe a little bit more then, just so that it's white, I guess. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Take away the color there, and we got a good avatar for Designer Dave. What's my opinion on the current situation with Blizzard? I'm really disappointed with them. I mean, how can you not be with Reforged and everything like that? And I feel like it's always Warcraft that gets shafted, you know? Not even Warcraft. Warcraft 3 always gets shafted. I mean, Warcraft 3 was such a good game. But, you know, I mean, StarCraft... You know, Warcraft 2 came out. And then they made StarCraft. And StarCraft got all the good graphics, you know what I mean? And because they just had the new technology and everything like that. And then, you know, and then Warcraft 3 came out, which was great, but then StarCraft 2 was able to just, I don't know, have access to the much better graphics and everything. And so Warcraft 3 just never had a chance. Like, they were always just a little bit behind StarCraft, which was so frustrating. So the fact that they screwed up Reforged after all this time, it's really unforgivable, honestly. It really makes me mad. And I know they can do better, you know? Like, that's what drives me nuts about Blizzard is, like, they could have made Reforged work. I think that's the most painful thing, you know? If they were like, you know, if they had tried their hardest and it was like, you know, a decent attempt but not exactly what we wanted, or if they could like patch it or something and fix it, then that's one thing, but it wasn't even close to what they promised us, and they haven't fixed it, and so it's just really frustrating. They just clearly are completely absorbed in like just the money-making aspects of business. Activision is just screwing them up. They have no vision of like gaming or anything like that. It's just money, 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 and it's just really frustrating. So I don't think Blizzard's gonna. I don't know. I feel like they're gonna have terrible. They're gonna have terrible success with keeping fans. I feel like from now on. I'm just gonna make the eyes different like that on my own here. So yeah, I mean, I'm disappointed in Blizzard. And it's funny and sad how many Blizzard developers are leaving and like making their own companies and everything like that. Like Chris Metzen retired, and then he kind of couldn't stay away from the games and ended up joining his friend, and they made like a game studio or something like that. And they haven't made any games yet, but looks like it might make something cool. I don't know. It's pretty crazy. And then yeah, World of Warcraft. I mean, I've heard that. I haven't played Shadowlands, and I probably never will, but I've heard Shadowlands is pretty good. But I don't know. I don't know. The lore just seems like it's getting weirder and weirder. You know, like it's just the whole aspect of the like what happens to the dead. Anima, that sort of thing. I don't know. Like I said, I haven't played it and stuff, but just the idea of it just seems a little bit weird, and it's gonna get weirder and weirder. Like they have to keep topping their past expansions. That's one thing that I've been surprised that they've been able to do as long as they have, is just keep making expansions. Because I mean, you know, the first game was great. It followed Warcraft lore really well. Like it was like, you know, this is the world after the Third War, you know, and now that there's kind of peace after the wars or whatever, the real heroes aren't certain, you know, certain heroes in the what the heck? The real heroes aren't like a few, you know, nobles and stuff like that, like Arthas and Thrall, and you know, because let's face it, they're all basically nobles of their races. You know, War Chief, Prince Arthas, Jaina, who's like, you know, top of her class at Dalaran. Anyway, in World of Warcraft, it's like, no, like just everyday people become adventurers and heroes, which I thought was pretty cool. And then, you know, Burning Crusade, they kind of talk about, you know, the Dark Portal reopens or whatever. And I need to check a picture of Designer Dave real quick, because he's got pretty gray hair here, but does he have black hair or brown hair? I'm actually going to check my own video for this real quick. Founding of Durotar. Hey, look at that. When I search for Founding of Durotar, mine is right up there at the top. That makes me happy. And it has more views than the ones above it. Wow, I still can't believe how much love these videos have gotten. Oh, one thing I just did recently was I added timestamps to all my Easter egg videos, so they're easier to navigate and stuff. Okay, where's that picture? Designer Dave when it talks about the bling ring. There's a fake out that makes it look like I ended the video early, but then it's a joke. So then it goes over here and talks about the bling ring, and then we talk about David Freed's D&D character. Just go very dark brown, I guess. Well, no, it's straight up black. We'll do black. Alright. Black it is. But maybe we'll do brown and just kind of go a little bit in like that. Alright, yeah, that'll be fine. Anyway, what was I talking about? So yeah, World of Warcraft. Anyway, you start with classic World of Warcraft. There's always just sort of independent, you know, heroic quests that need done, like Van Cleef and everything, which would be a fun D&D dungeon, but I digress. And Onyxia and all of that. And then, you know, the the dark portal opens up and you start seeing characters that were on Warcraft 2, like Khadgar and Alaria and Terralion, and like they're alive and they survived the destruction of Outland, and then you have this whole new world to explore and stuff, which is just awesome. Like that was all really well done. I loved that they did that and stuff. I never ended up actually playing Wrath of the Lich King very much. I thought that was pretty good. Cataclysm was okay. And yeah, Cataclysm was all right. I get why they had to do it, and because, you know, it's like after a certain point they're like, okay, we gotta change something somehow, and what better way to do that than change the actual familiar world of Azeroth with a Cataclysm, you know? And so Deathwing and like the elements and everything kind of combined to change Azeroth. But that made it so that you couldn't enjoy Azeroth the way it used to be, which I'm never a fan of, because I love having access to let's just go ahead and do that, I guess. I love having access to old stuff. Like I love watching things over and over again. I love, you know, I love playing through Warcraft 2 when I feel like it and stuff like that. And so not being able to play through World of Warcraft was sad for me. And so that's why I didn't really like Cataclysm that much. And then what was after Cataclysm? I'll have to look this up so I don't. What's the next one? Mists of Pandaria. I hated Mists of Pandaria. The story was really weird with Garrosh and everything, and again, like it was just too much mixing European and Chinese mythology, which I've never been a really big fan of. I know some people love it, but I don't know. I never thought that was really a thing in Warcraft, which is kind of ironic because Samwise Didier was all about that stuff. I mean, he's the one who made the Blade Master look like a samurai, and he's the one who made up Pandaren in the first place, that sort of thing. Warlords of Draenor. My brother loves World of Warcraft, and he said Warlords of Draenor was really fun. For like the garrison mechanic and stuff like that. But that's when the lore started getting weird, and it's like alternate timelines and stuff like that, which was just getting pretty weird. And then Legion, the addition of Demon Hunter classes was okay, I guess, but meh. I don't know. Wasn't really a fan of that one. And then Battle for Azeroth, I didn't really like that one much. I never played any of these too much. I never really did. But just like reading about the lore and everything like that, wasn't really a fan of it and stuff. So anyway, and then we have Shadowlands or whatever, which is interesting, but also I don't know, like the whole. It just doesn't really. I don't know. I guess I'm a classic fan of Warcraft. You know, I mean, whenever they referenced old Warcraft games, that's when I had a lot of fun. Like in Burning Crusade, it's like, oh, that's so cool that they are referencing these heroes in Warcraft 2 and what happened to them and stuff. But just making up new stuff. That's also why I stopped playing Hearthstone. Is because, they just started making up crap. And I was like, this isn't even Warcraft anymore. It's its own world with, like, what's his name? Like, there's, like, Elise Starseeker and that group, whatever they're called. I can't even remember what, I know his voice actor is Travis Willingham, but Reno Jackson, those guys, like, they just made up a bunch of stuff that has no basis in Warcraft lore and just kept going with it over and over again. And that just got old, and I'm just like, this isn't really Warcraft anymore. And the game got super unbalanced, so I didn't like it anymore either, but it's kind of a different story. Anyways, that's kind of my very long answer about what I think about World of Warcraft and all of that stuff. But yeah, the concept of the Iron Horde. I don't know much about the Iron Horde, honestly. I guess it's kind of cool. It's kind of an interesting concept of having like a version of the Horde that was kind of like the original Horde, where it was like they wanted to conquer other worlds. And it's like Grom kind of headed out that movement, and so I don't know. It's kind of cool, I guess. But like I said, it's also just kind of weird in some ways, and the time travel aspect of it was just too weird for me. So I don't know. But I did want to try out the garrisons and stuff. I heard that was kind of a cool mechanic. Let's see. Looking at his logo, it's a little thin, but it should be okay. Not even gonna be able to see this, but oh well. And then he's got just sort of a gradient. I may not even keep this, honestly. Like, it's not... I don't think it'll show up very good. I thought about putting the logo like on his forehead or something, but that'd be kind of silly. Alright, it looks more like, it looks kind of like this sort of thing. Oops, opposite of that. Yeah, basically like that. Maybe a little bigger. And then just as thick as that. Ugh, kind of lopsided. I don't think it's quite symmetrical. Ugh, yeah, that looks awful. That's what I get for trying to do it on Photoshop. But yeah, I mean, you can't even see it that much, so. That's kind of cool. I almost kind of want to turn it sideways or something. Just give it a little... that looks kind of cool. I think I'll keep this and then see what designer Dave thinks. Because I kind of like that. I think that looks kind of cool. So we'll see, and then maybe, I don't know, let's see what it looks like blurred in the background. Nah, I don't like that. Okay, so yeah, we'll see if we'll kind of hide that for now and see about that. But first, let's figure out the shading and everything next. Okay, so first, it's a little too close actually. I saw a Photoshopper do a technique that was like this before, and it looked kind of cool. Kind of do something like that. Kind of cool, I guess. And then he just sort of erase parts of it as well. Whoops. Nope. Oh no! That wasn't its own layer. Alright, try again. There we go. How did Grom die in WoW? Oh, that's a good question. Does anybody know that? How did Grom end up dying, like, in the Warlords of Draenor? Because, you know, obviously his son saved him. Oh, actually, you know what? I think that this would look good if we did something like this. Maybe kind of a shade on the top. Definitely not that dark. You know, maybe something like that. And yeah, I'll lighten up the shade on that as well. Let's see what an overlay does. Sure, I'll leave that there. Oh, so Grom did live through Warlords of Draenor. Interesting. Whatever happened to the Iron Horde? Did they like, you know, succeed or do some kind of a, did they get just banished back to their own timeline or something like that? I don't know. Kind of a shine like that. Looks kind of cool. Oh, my nose is stuffed. I feel like we should go for a little bit more brown in the eyes, though. Oh, whoops. I don't want to make his eyes too big. Make him look like an anime character or something. And we'll make it darker, more saturated, but darker. And then sort of get rid of that there. Alright, now it's just kind of a hint of that there, so looks pretty cool. Okay, so that looks pretty good on that. Let's do a little bit of a highlight real quick. I guess it comes from the direct side here. Let's try that with an overlay. Looks pretty good. Maybe a little less intense. Cool. Oh, and then I was also gonna make a slight like glare in his glasses. Maybe a gradient would look good. Definitely has to be over the. Whoops. That's not what I meant to do. That looks kind of good, I guess. Oops, no, I should probably select that instead. Alright, and then maybe just lower the intensity just a little bit. Maybe change the blending layer. Lighten. Overlay doesn't do anything. Hard light, soft light. And it's white, it's not going to make a difference. I think I'll just go with that. That looks kind of cool. It's a nice, nice way of stylizing it. Alright, now for whitening his hair. That could be a little tricky because it's very textured, sort of graying, and so I mean, I could just go, you know, like that to kind of fit with the style, but I don't know if that that looks pretty good. Straight up white though, probably. I mean, maybe that's just the lighting, but it's a shame that this picture has such blue lighting on it, because I might be missing some details and stuff. Like, is his stubble whitened as well? I don't know. I think that looks pretty good though. But yeah, so what do you guys think? I want your opinion, since Dave isn't here, and I can always like make changes later if he wants, you know, if he doesn't like it or whatever. I mean, he's so nice, he probably won't say much, but anyway, yeah, what do you guys think? What are your thoughts? Let me go ahead and do the effect thing, and we'll see how if that changes it at all. Overlay, Gaussian blur. Oh, whoops. I did not mean to completely flatten it. I kind of wanted the background to be... Actually, there's another question. Should the background be white or should it be transparent? If it is transparent, I wonder if it should be kind of going off the sides. I almost wonder if everything... do this in a second, but whoops. Oh, that is creepy. I deleted his eyeballs. Yeah, something like that. What do you think? I mean, that almost looks like a... maybe I shouldn't turn it to the side. I mean, that looks cool, but it almost looks like a, you know, no David allowed sort of thing. Ah, that's a shame. Maybe I could... It's a shame that his logo just kind of has that look. You know what? I'll just make two versions and see what he likes. But yeah, I mean, if I do keep it, does the whole thing kind of have to be there? It's like the red part's hidden if I do that, but... I kind of like it the way it was. I think I like it like that best. But it's not going to look good if it's clear otherwise, so yeah, I guess it has to be white in the background. Which I'm not sure if I like now that I look at it. Probably overthinking this. But anyway, let's do the effect and then save a version like that. And then we'll just kind of... That looks pretty good, honestly. I'm pretty proud of that. We'll go ahead and save a version of that. So there's Designer Dave 1. And then we'll try version without the logo, I guess. And maybe add a shadow to this. Oops. There we go. How big is the template again? 275. Okay. That looks pretty good, honestly. I'm pretty proud of that. So we'll give him both versions and call it good. So merge visible, and this one will be transparent. Gaussian blur, overlay, kill the color, and about 30%. Maybe a little less, 25. Cool. All right, that is Designer Dave. And then the last one I'll do is that transparent, which I know isn't going to look good because it's going to kind of cut them off, and without a border that might look weird, but I'm going to save it just in case because I think it's got some potential. Oops, oh, what the heck. Okay, alright, that was a fun one. It's always fun to do faces. Alright, so that one is done. Got Designer Dave done. Okay, what is next? Okay, we're done with that one. Alright, I will go ahead and do actually, let's take a short break real quick before I get on to the next ones. I'll just be back in a couple of minutes. So yeah, see you in a sec. Alright, I'm back. Got my water. Ate some of a piece of cake. So I'm ready to go. I'm going to change that before I forget again. Let's see here. Okay, so now let's go ahead. Reptile Spartan stop motion. You're a recent member, and I'll go ahead and make yours now. So you said you wanted it changed. All right. Hopefully I can do this justice. I think you're the main one that you're the first one I've done actually on the stream, who's here while I'm making it, so hopefully it's good. Alright, so let's go ahead and draw your bearded dragon here with my style. Man, I can't say that I've ever drawn a bearded dragon before. They're very interesting creatures. And again, if any of you want your an avatar drawn by me, just donate $10 to the stream, or become a member, or a loyal member, and I'd be happy to do so. Thanks to everyone who has supported in the past. All right. I drew him with kind of a, I guess I might as well change it back to this for now, so I don't do anything. Kind of made him have kind of a pained expression on his face. I think I'll have to redo that a little bit. Maybe I can work with it on actual Photoshop though. Just trying to see how I could add a, well, let me draw the rest of his body real quick. Alright, so let's see here. Okay, Reptile, you'll have to tell me if this is good. So yeah, so I could... Oh, here, let me draw some of the... I mean, it's kind of your choice as to how you want me to make his expression, I guess. So... Apparently I get really silent and focused when I'm drawing, so sorry for the dead air here. Okay, so there's his face, his body, or whatever. But yeah, his face looks, it's almost like he's constipated or something. So there's different ways I could do his eyes. Do you want me to just take away the whole lizard mechanic entirely and just kind of give him a cartoony look with the eyes looking straight at the camera? Or do you want to give him like a silly amused look or something? Or just normal sort of cartoony eyeballs looking outward like the in the lizard way? What do you think? Either way, I can go ahead and upload this. So I'll go ahead and scan it, and this is so Stone Age. I have to scan it on my phone and then email it to myself, which is hilarious. Alright, here we go. Alright, picture went in really well. Let's go ahead and just crop it and then I'll send it in. But yeah, let me know, looking straight at the camera. Okay, got it. That'll be easy to do. I figured like you would want him to look, you know, kind of cute as opposed to derpy, so. Alright. I'll have to just align that once I upload it, but I'll crop that right there. And then I can make his smile look a little bit better as well, so. Okay, there we go. Now let me just upload it to my computer. / just email it to myself. And we'll call it good. Alright. Yeah, if you give too many, if you put too much human, if you go kind of halfway with the human look in animals, it looks weird. So you kind of have to make them like overly cartoony, or you know. All right. Reptile Spartan stop motion. All right. So let's go ahead and pull that up. Boop. And I'll go ahead and save that image. What the heck? Why is it not? That's weird. What's going on? Just a second. Having a little... Oh, Photoshop's in the way. Okay. YouTube, reforged avatars. All right. Okay, there we go. Sorry for the delay and the boring stretch of time there. So here we go. We got... All right, this is the original. And this is my drawing version. All right, so yeah, that's, yeah, it's probably close enough on that. Okay, so let's So let's just go ahead and fix a few things. This ended up making his smile look strained or something. So that fixed it a little bit. And then let's go ahead and I like this song. Of all the I know that the World of Warcraft menu screen musics get more epic over time, but I think I always like the first one best. Especially this part of the song. Alright. So we'll just make him have cartoon eyes looking straight at the camera instead of Alright, how's that? You think that looks good? We can go with that for now. I think that looks pretty good. Okay, so we'll go ahead and go with that. And go ahead and get that template open again. Have I been playing Warcraft 3 Reforged lately? I have not. I haven't really had the desire. I mean, if they would fix something on it, maybe I'd give it a shot. But I don't know. They keep saying, we're working on this and kind of putting on this. Oh no! He's lost his eyes. There we go. Alright, there we go. Oh, thank you for your donation, General Pugwash. Very generous of you. What's my opinion on the recent allegations against Blizzard and the massive amount of people quitting WoW currently? Sounds like I'm in a press conference. I don't know anything about that. I'm not really surprised. They kind of cooked their goose with Reforged, and then they're doing weird kind of, questionable stuff with Diablo Resurrected. And so I'm not surprised that they're, Honestly, I feel really bad for the developers at Blizzard. I feel like they're the ones that are getting the most shafted because they joined Blizzard, because they had this great vision of a fun game, fun games that they wanted to work on and stuff. But then they get there and Activision basically just kiboshes everything, They're just like, no, it's all about the money. The end, So I feel really bad for the developers. And then, of course, the developers get blamed for everything. So it's kind of a shame. Anyway, I wonder if I should get rid of these. If I should get rid of these pouches under his eyes. What do you think? Makes him a little cuter, a little, kind of takes away a little of his personality, though, so. Yeah, I think I'll take him off for now, and then maybe just use shadows to make his eyes stand out a little bit more. Anyway, yeah, I'll have to look up those allegations that you're talking about. It sounds pretty serious, though. Alright. Let's go ahead and color this lizard for now. end up making his... Okay, and then his head is actually kind of an oranger color, especially in the corners, so maybe we'll just go with a gradient for that. Go with that for now and then fix up with the shading. Excuse me. Oh, seriously? Sexual harassment, really? I mean, discrimination is one thing that, you know, companies, like, maybe they don't want as much diversity or something. Like, I feel like that's more common, but, like, I feel like everybody... Like, why do companies do the sexual harassment stuff? I don't get it. Actually, though, Designer Dave was talking about how that was actually a pretty common thing when he was there. Like, they would, if you guys really should watch Designer Dave's walkthroughs of Warcraft 3 campaigns, because he goes through and he gives all these amazing Easter eggs that are so funny. But, yeah, like he was saying that they would make all kinds of just very inappropriate comments back when he was there that just would not fly today. And so, I mean, if it's anything like it, you know, if it's anything like it was back then, I guess that makes sense that would happen. But anyway, I'll have to look into that. But I mean, yeah, it's sad. It's not super surprising. Good for the employees walking out like that, I guess. Because, yeah, like if they're just going to keep being that way, I don't know. It's not really gonna... It's not going to work out. It's not good business. It's not good anything, really. All right, let's see. So let's go ahead and... I feel like that's a little too bright. Let's lower the saturation a little bit. Nah, I'll leave it for now. Okay, so let's go ahead and... these... It's a shame because your lizard has so much texture, but I don't think I can do that justice. Especially his beard. I mean, I might have to do like some kind of a texture thing on that. We'll see. Okay, so for now though, let's go ahead and make the blurry background thing like we did for that other one that we did earlier. Some brown in the background as well. Looks good as well. And then we got this thing right here, and we'll just kind of blend that. It might look good. Clock thing, I'll just make sort of darker shape. Alright, cool. So let's go ahead and blur that. Yeah, I probably should have just drawn some black lines, huh? Well, let's see what we can end up doing. We might be able to figure something out here. Let's see, and it looks like I might have... Oh yeah, I didn't draw his entire arm. Forgot to draw that part right here. Guess I was a little too hasty drawing him here. There's his elbow, and then it kind of goes all the way up like that. We can sharpen it a little bit. Not that much. Alright. So let's go ahead and fix some of the coloring here. They're getting sued by the California government? Wow. Must be really, really serious. Is this like really recent news? Like today or something? Is this happening right now? 'Cause I didn't hear anything about this, but this is really interesting. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, I might try something here because this looks silly. Like this does not look like a good, you know, it doesn't look like a good, it doesn't look like it does this thing justice. So I think I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna try something here. Whoa, that was a way bigger picture than I thought. Just for the sake of the texture of that beard of his. First of all, we'll see how well I did on his silhouette. Hey, I didn't do too bad. So let's get that beard. Sort of fleshed out like that. Okay, so here's what we're gonna try. Shoot. I think I need to make another threshold layer just so I can select the right outline here. Okay, there we go. Let's go ahead and make that a little bigger. Select the outside and, oops, delete that there. Oh shoot, I screwed it up. Let's just try smearing it a little bit. I guess that works. Alright, let's try this again here. I wish, personally, with Reforged, with Warcraft 3 Reforged, I wish that they just hadn't changed the menu. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like all the stuff they did or whatever, it was pretty bad, but I think I just wish that they would have kept things the way that they were in terms of the menu. I just missed the Warcraft 3 menu before. I hate all of that, you know, I hate the new interface. Like, that, of all things, shouldn't have had to change. Like, I wish we could play Warcraft the way it used to be, you know? Like, that's what I wish. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. We add that texture there, just as kind of an overlay. And maybe not overlay, it needs to be a little... let's see what we can make it. Because I just want a little bit of it. Close. I'm thinking maybe something like this, but not quite that. Like maybe just kind of fainter, I guess I could do that. Yeah. Because, I mean, you said he's a bearded lizard. Like, you gotta have the beard on this thing, right? So maybe I'll just blur it a little bit. Not too much. I'll leave it the way it is. Well, I'll just do a simple blur. There we go. Okay, so yeah, now at least he's got kind of a semblance of of texture on his beard, which is, I think, the most important part. It's his distinguishing feature and whatnot. We'll kind of let his scales go, I think, but I will make some of those like sort of striation patterns on his back. And I'll just kind of make that sort of fadey as well to give it some texture. There, and this should be this color. Whoops. Why is it coming out darker? There we go. That's what the problem was. So that's the multiply one. This is another multiply? Why do I have two of those? Weird. Alright. Okay, so I think that's looking good. Now it just needs, well, let's see. I think he'd look good with some brown eyes. Not sure if they're totally brown, but I think that would probably make him look good. Let's give that a try. Blend into the background though, so let me see if I can make it a little brighter maybe. It looks like they're just sort of transparent, but maybe if I lower the saturation of the background a little bit. Maybe I could just keep the white eyes. I don't know. It's kind of a funny cartoony look, right? I don't know. I'll let you decide. Let me know in the chat what you think. Yellow brownish color, but it's hard to tell. Okay, yeah, I was thinking it was something like that. Well, let me try one more time. Like maybe that color or something. That looks pretty good, maybe. What do you think? Does that look good? I will put like maybe a little shine on his eye to make him look a little more bright-eyed. But yeah. Can I go with that for now? Sure. Okay. So that's good for that. Now we'll get our shade going. Cool. Here we go. Let's see. Let's get our All right, so let's see. He's got a very clear amount of shade right there between his eyes. Actually, it's more on right there, right on that ridge of his eye, and then this side. And then just sort of this side of his body. This shade right there, this side of his arm. It's very clearly a light source from up there. And then this all sort of is shaded back here as well. And then I guess I'll just kind of put a couple of random things here, although I'm not sure if those will look good. I might end up moving those. Alright, now let's just sort of clean these up. That bicep of his. And maybe a little bit of shade under his mask, but not a ton. Okay. So this eye is totally fine. And there's a little bit more over here. There we go. Beard-like lines right about his lower lip. Oh yeah, I should have done. Okay, I think I know what you're talking about. I will I'll do that with a different layer. Move over a little bit there, and okay, so let's just kind of turn down that there. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. And then maybe not that dark, maybe a little bit lighter. And then yeah, I'm thinking maybe just like some. He's got these interesting lines about his. Lip right there. Really cool. Alright, and we'll just lower that as well. Yeah, I like that. Okay, now this particular thing I think definitely could use an overlay shade layer. Looks pretty good. I think maybe I'll keep his eye bright though. There we go. Okay, so let me see here. Turned the saturation a little too far down in the background there. There we go. That's warm like the rest of it and stuff. Oh, see you, Cheeseburger. Thanks for coming. Feel free to watch this again later or whatever you like. And yeah, thanks for tuning in. I noticed that there's like a little bit of a highlight there, so. Okay, this turned out pretty good. I'm tempted to do like scales and stuff over the rest of his body as well, but I don't think you'll be able to tell too much in the and like, you know, a sand texture and stuff up here and stuff, but I don't think you'll be able to tell too much. Well, here, let's see. I have an idea. Maybe if we just add a little bit of noise. Makes it look like an old 90s computer game, doesn't it? Okay, that's not at all what I wanted to happen. happen, so let's just... I guess let's just do this then. Alright, let's just add a little bit of noise like that. Blur it so it doesn't look like a pixelated you know, thing there, and then we'll just kind of do that, and then we can sort of just disperse it where we want. Keep it away from his face because that already has texture, and then the sand actually doesn't look that good, so let's go ahead and kind of fade that off. But I think that looks pretty good to just have a little bit of texture on his chest and stuff like that. Thanks again for a donation, Pugwash. Very, very generous. Did I find the immortal rat in the Reforged scenario, the Siege of Dalaran? No, and I'm going to look at those a little bit closer because I think those would be probably pretty good to have in this extended edition video. Just like, you know, those three or four Reforged maps. Because I don't think I'm going to be able to make a video about all the Reforged Easter eggs and stuff. It's just, there's not enough to worry about, you know, and so... Anyway, so yeah, I haven't checked that yet, but that's good to know. Immortal as in kind of like the dodging Filson and what was it? I'm trying to remember the rat. Grank the rat and Filson the rat, right? Is it kind of like those, or is it different? I actually didn't really mind. I honestly didn't mind the new scenarios on Reforged. They at least gave like something, you know, new to the game that wasn't ruined. You know, it was just like new content, that sort of thing. And so I'm going to look at those a little bit closer. But like, I like how they made the different, you know, Archmagi have different sort of specialties and stuff, which I thought was really interesting. Like one of them casts like mirror image or something, and another of them summons like arcane elementals instead of water elementals and stuff. And so I thought that was really cool. But it's just so lazy. I mean, they all have just standard voice lines. The culling was good because they had new voice lines, you know, like that extra mini boss necromancer and abomination, like that was good stuff. Like it could have gone somewhere. And then there was what was the other thing that I didn't like? Oh yeah, there was like King Anasterian or something, like the, you know, in Silver Moon, and he looked so cool and everything, and they had this new, you know, character and everything, and he doesn't have a single voice line. I better save this. I mean, if this ended up messing up, I would be very sad. This ended up crashing or something. Okay. Alright, so I think that's pretty good. Let's maybe make his face. His face isn't quite as yellow as the rest of his body, so maybe let's just lower the saturation just a little bit. Well, I don't even know if it's the saturation. It's maybe the hue that I'm thinking of. Get a little more orange. You know what? None of his body is really that bright yellow, so let's go ahead and fix that. Just a little bit more orange, a little less saturated, a little brighter. There we go. That's close enough, I think. Okay, I feel like there's something with the eyes that I could do better, but I don't know. It's up to you, Reptile. Think that looks good? Let's go ahead and flatten it and see what the effect makes it look like and see if it's good to go. A little bit dark there on his face, but there we go. What do you think? Think that's good for publication. I think that turned out pretty good. It gives an idea of it without being exactly the same. So, oh yeah, the eye lines. I forgot about that. Yeah, we haven't checked that yet. Let me check and give that a try. There we go. What do you think of that? That does kind of look better, I think. It's a good point. Like I get, I kind of get what I was going for, but again, like too much realism doesn't really work with the lizard, so. That good? Thank you so much. Always always a pleasure. I mean, this is fun for me, and I'm really grateful for your supporting the channel. So there we go. That does it for Reptile Spartan stop motion. So I will go ahead and share that image with you on the Discord so you can claim it. Wow, we're getting quite a few of these already. I've made, that's my 9th one I've made. And yeah, I think these are turning out really good. Okay, so that one is done. It is about 10:40. Okay, I think I'm good making one more, and then we'll kind of see how things are going. All right. Alright, it is up and ready to go. On Discord. You can't even kill it by clicking? That's crazy. That it did they, man, they must have been really sneaky. Like making whatever it is about. You know what? I don't even know what makes a critter explode exactly. Like they have an ability called Revenge, I think, which like explodes or something. But I've never actually played around to see if that actually works. So interesting. I'll have to look at that. It's very interesting. All right. Alright, let's do one more. This is for a new member named Korax Dark. So here is his avatar. I'm not super into anime, so this might look a little weird. Kind of emphasized his hat in a funny way. But, oh well. Okay, oh, was I going to include any Easter eggs from Reforged into the Massive Easter Eggs video? I think I might. I think I might, you know, just, I might just cover just, you know, enough of them to where I do them justice and stuff. So, we'll see. But yeah, it's just going to be those few videos. There is one Easter egg that got taken out of Reforged, which really kind of makes me mad. And I don't even know why. I mean, it's like a designer was like, "Oh, this rock would look better over here," and then they ended up blocking the way to one of the Easter eggs. So, really frustrating to me that even, you know, they even did stuff like that. So. I do like Pandarian music, though, as you can tell by this sound, this song. I like this one. It's on the, what's it called? It's called Wrath of the Betrayer, I think. It's the one where you have to send, where Meyer is trying to send a runner. It's that level. There's this area where you can access this infernal. That's just like kind of in this weird place with some blue fire, which is weird. Anyway, there's a very delicate and specific path that you have to take by boat to get to the infernal, and somebody just moved a rock just right where you're supposed, just a sea rock right in the way, and so you can't access it anymore on Reforged. It's the stupidest thing. I compared the maps in Reforged and the original, and yeah, they just moved it, and I still do not know why. So that was dumb. So yeah, there's at least -1 episode Easter eggs in Reforged. Alright. But yeah, I'm gonna look at the Siege of Dalaran, the one about Quel'Thalas, and the one that where Sylvanas turns into a banshee or whatever. And then I'm also going to look at, what's the other one? The culling, I guess, and see if there's any changes there. But yeah, that's pretty much all I'm going to look at, I think. Anybody know what this avatar is from? I know nothing about anime. I'm not really interested in it. Except Attack on Titan. I do like Attack on Titan. Actually looks like his eyebrow's black. I'm gonna keep it gray so it looks different from that design on his eye or whatever. An opinion of improving the Draenei race. I assume, I mean, do you mean the actual Draenor Lost Ones, or the or whatever it's called, the real Draenei. Because I like the real Draenei, so I assume that's what you're talking about. Anyway, I mean, just give them more personality or something. Make them, I don't know. They also just look absolutely disgusting on Reforged and World of Warcraft. I mean, they didn't look much better on Warcraft 3. I remember as a kid just kind of making fun of them, even like just thinking that they were just kind of ridiculous. But I don't know. I mean, I can't really think of a way to improve them per se. They're just, I don't know. It's kind of a interesting question. I'd have to think about that. Okay. Crap. I think that oh, come on. Really? It thinks that that's black? Okay, let me see here. Let's just make it a little bit lighter there. Okay, you know what? I guess we'll just keep it dark like that, but let's make another threshold layer though, because I accidentally made that too small. There we go. Alright, so now we got these stripes and stuff. Go. Okay, and then I guess this is kind of on the outer edge of this blue color. Kind of been fun to look at people's avatars and stuff and just see like what they choose as their avatar, you know. I feel like that can, I don't know, could probably tell a lot about a person, huh? I feel like these right here, oh, that might just be the glare. Okay, it looks like this figure has one pink eye and one sort of cyan eye, so we'll just sort of maybe I'll just do like kind of a little dot or something. There we go. I think that gives enough of a hint of it. Might be kind of small anyway. I just realized I think I made the brim of his hat really big because I thought that this right here was part of it. So that's kind of funny. Oh well. Who cares? Alright. Hopefully not Korax. Okay, let's see. Now let's do some background. So we got a few gradients here. Let's see if I can do this right. Whoa. Oh, there we go. Okay, let's let's see if I can do this without messing it up. How do I make it... Can I make this transparent, maybe? Never mind. Oh yeah, here we go. I just realized I have to do the other side, but that's okay. There we go. Yep, that was my wife. She just got home from her exercise class that she teaches. Why does it keep looking like a circle? There we go. Alright, got that background. I'll just make another one for simplicity. It's kind of a green area. And then we just got some, like, I guess darker green panels and stuff. So I'll go ahead and just draw those by hand. Zoom out a little bit. There we go. What time is it? It's almost 11 o'clock p.m. for me right now. I know some of you guys are in pretty bad time zones for this stream, so I appreciate you sticking around for this long. I'm probably going to be done fairly soon, though, so you're not going to miss too much. This will be the last avatar for tonight, I think. This is really fun, though. I have missed streaming. It's been pretty fun to hear from you guys again. Guess we gotta keep with the angle I chose for those, which is not great, but there we go. And we got some, oh, why does it keep marking it with a right click? That's weird. And we got some black panels as well, or some black lines or whatever. No, black. Seven in the morning. Whoa. Yeah, that is quite a ways. Alrighty. Hey, thanks a lot, Revenant Rants, for your donation. That's enough to qualify you for an avatar, so I will make note of your name and you'll get an avatar. If you're on Discord, are you on Discord? Yes, you are. I'll make you a member right now. And you will get an avatar as well. Man, thanks so much for your donations, Pugwash. Answer your question, Revenant Rants. Easter eggs for StarCraft 2. I might do quotes, honestly, because I've been, I mean, those, it was just so fun to do the quotes, like all those references and stuff, you know, and so I really would like to do more. And so I think I might do it. I think I might do the StarCraft 2 quotes. I'm not sure how long it would take to do all of them and stuff like that. But I think I might do StarCraft 2 quotes. StarCraft 2 Easter eggs, maybe. We'll just kind of have to see how things go and everything, but I think I will do quotes. Because, yeah, there's some good stuff there. There's some pretty funny references and everything that'd be fun for me to just look up to, because, I mean, it's just fun to, like, I don't know, like, I hear quotes every once in a while, from certain locations and stuff, like certain movies or whatever, and it's just kind of fun to see the actual movie that they're from, you know? And so I think I'm going to do that with StarCraft 2. So yeah, I will do that. As for other Easter eggs, maybe, but the problem is, I found all the Easter eggs in Warcraft 3 because I was tinkering around in the world editor and stuff, and I still just have no idea how to use the StarCraft editor. It's just so hard to use. Like, it's so complicated. It was made for, like, this picture actually really doesn't have much shadow, which is weird. It's kind of a video game render without shadows, so I'll just kind of have to add them myself. Anyway, so yeah, we'll maybe do StarCraft 2. And General Pugwash, you're welcome. Honestly, I feel the same way. Like, I'm glad I can kind of give back to Warcraft and stuff, and just sort of, you know, do what I can for it, because it's just really is just great, you know. Like, it was a great game. It still is. Reforged could have been. And you know, I still hope that some kind of something can be done for it and everything. I kind of wonder if, like, the fans are going to end up just rallying around and doing stuff and making it what it should have been, that sort of thing. But I don't know. I guess we'll see what happens. But yeah, I love watching my videos over again and just being reminded of the Easter eggs that I found and stuff. And just, you know, it's just fun to see all that stuff, because yeah, I grew up with Warcraft 3. It was a big part of my childhood. When I was like 13, 14 or so, like, it was a huge part of my life. It taught me a lot of logic that I use now as a programmer, which is my profession and everything. And anyway, I'm just really grateful for it, and it's fun to give back. So, and whoa, I didn't even notice how much you gave. Thank you so much, Pugwash. That was really generous. I'll put your avatar up on priority, because that's, you know, you're supporting the channel a lot. It doesn't look like you're on Discord, Pugwash, but if you join, then make sure to change your nickname to that so I can know who you are, and I can award you your avatar for you. But yeah. Okay, so I think that's good on this one. That looks good. It does it justice. That's all I really wanted to do, is just do it justice. So actually, one little thing is I wanted to add a little shade to this, and then I think I'll be good to go. Not that much. That's more of an overlay than an actual shade, so. Alright, I think that'll do. Let's go ahead and flatten, do the effect. I should come up with a name for the effect, because I keep talking about it and doing it, but I don't really know. I think it was something like 2.6. Kill the color, and 20% or so. That looks pretty good. And that is for Korax Dark. So he will be getting that on the channel pretty soon. So. Okay. Just want to showcase all these so far. Well, besides these 3 for Designer Dave. Thank you to all of these people who have supported the channel. And there are a whole lot more that I'm going to get to before the video's out and everything. And it's been growing a little bit with people contributing to the channel just recently. And so I'm really grateful for that. Thank you so much. This has been a lot of fun. This has been a really fun way to sort of honor you guys because I love drawing, and I don't know. I just kind of came up with... I don't even know where I came up with this idea, but... Oh, I think I kind of got the idea from Carbot Animations. I think his patrons, he draws pictures for him and it shows him at the end of his video, you know? And so I was kind of like, you know, I animate a little, but I also just do like kind of silly graphic art like this and stuff. So I wanted to get back to you guys with your avatars. So hope you enjoyed today's stream. That was really fun. And yeah, I think we'll close for there. Let me just ask or answer any questions that you guys might have before I go. Let me see. Yep, good night, Reptile. And let me see here. Yeah, it looks like we're. I think I'm all caught up on the questions and everything. So yeah, I think we're good. Thank you guys so much for supporting the channel. Thanks for joining me on this stream. And to those of you who are watching later, please click the link in the description or the comment below that's pinned to join my Discord server. Change your nickname there to whatever it is here in YouTube so I can recognize you and award you your reforged avatar that I'll make for you. And to all those who don't yet have an avatar, who haven't supported the channel, feel free to become a loyal member if you want your own. I'm going to probably have to have a cutoff at some point, or I'll never, you know, get the actual video out. But it'll depend on how far along the video is going. So once I'm almost done with the video, I'll probably make a cutoff point for the making avatars so I can get them all compiled into a video. But for now, still taking donations, and I'll still make your avatar. So keep them coming if you guys want. So thank you guys so much. I will. What was I gonna say? May your blades never dull, and light be with you all.